remember Charlie Baker, the NCAA's president, radical proposal where the schools could have NIL in-house, where the school could directly make deals, NIL deals with the student athletes? And also the other incredible radical part of it, where the schools could directly pay the student athletes with unlimited educational benefits. Well, that radical proposal, many thought was DOA, dead on arrival. It's not. It's gathering support. It's gathering steam. In fact, they're going to be talking about it in the convention next week. Holy smokes. Episode 352. Welcome to College Football's Peek Around the Corner with your host, Greg Pflugar. We cover everything in college football because we love everything in college football. And if you do as well, please subscribe to our ever-growing channel. Smash the like button if you like our content. Share the video with your family and friends. Let's not waste any more time. We're going to provide a link in the description box. You can read the whole article from Yahoo Sports, the great Ross Dellenger. We're going to go through part of it. Put down your comments and thoughts in the comments section below the video. Let's get right to it. Big news. Next week, college leaders to discuss further exploring Charlie Baker's new proposal at NCAA convention next week in Houston next week. Michigan and Washington meet in the national championship game. While much of the focus is on that high-profile collision, something else looms large in the coming days. At the NCAA convention in Phoenix, college administrators will gather to potentially lay the groundwork for further exploration of President Charlie Baker's proposal to revolutionize the Division I model. At its meeting next Thursday, the Division I Board of Directors is scheduled to review the proposal and determine whether to charge the Division I Council or another body with developing recommendations related to the framework of the proposal, a decision that will initiate a potentially year-long activation process and chart a course for one of the most radical changes in NCAA history. The board's plans are detailed in convention documents obtained by Yahoo Sports. Baker's proposal, deemed as Project Division I and introduced last month, would permit schools to strike name, image, and likeness NIL deals with athletes and offer them an unlimited amount of educationally related benefits. In other words, no salary cap, direct payment from school to student athlete. A third concept, perhaps viewed as the most radical, creates a new FBS subdivision requiring schools to deposit into a trust $30,000 per athlete for half of the school's athletes. Convention documents laid out a potential timeline for the activation project of Project Division I, D1, suggesting that a three-part proposal be initiated. The initial focus could be on the first two concepts that permit schools, 1, strike NIL deals with athletes, and 2, offer enhanced educational benefits to their athletes. The process around adopting the new subdivision would follow the adoption of the other two concepts. Now, we're going to go through the timeline, and then I'm going to give you my thoughts on this. According to the timeline, the D1 Council, if given authority to further explore the proposal, will produce final recommendations to the board by June 25th, June 26th meeting. By August, this summer, the board will take action on those recommendations. The timeline targets next January NCAA convention for action on the new subdivision structure. The timeline is only meant as a suggestion and may be adjusted, documents say. While the NCAA declined to comment on the documents, an associated spokesperson confirmed that the dates listed in the timeline are dates of previously scheduled meetings for D1 Council and the Board of Directors. Okay, so what does all that mean? Look, schools being able to strike deals with student athletes, NIL deal, name, image, and likeness, directly, where the collectives are in-house. That is gaining support, gaining steam. We're going to learn more about it next week. That's part of the proposal that they're focusing in next week. The NIL deals being struck from the school to the student athletes. They're going to be more control over these NIL deals. It goes to talk about it more into the article. Please read the whole article. Go to the link provided, read the whole article. The second part of it is the unlimited education benefits to the student athletes from the schools. In other words, direct payment going to the student athletes. Those are the two main parts of the proposal, of Charlie Baker's proposal, that they're going to be talking about next week in a convention. So we're going to be hearing reports on how much support, how much it's gathering up with the presidents, athletic directors. Look, this is all about defending at least part of their model here in the world of 2024. All these lawsuits coming down on the college world, the presidents, the conferences, the universities. It's been happening. It continues to happen to provide an elevated compensation package to the student athletes. It's going to happen. Now, is it going to happen exactly the way this proposal is laid out? Probably not. But it's going to be something what Charlie Baker laid out. Again, Charlie Baker's working with Congress to try to see if they can have a carve out to protect other parts of the NCAA model. But this right here is about basically next week, two of the proposals, the NIL and the unlimited education benefits. The third part of Charlie Baker's proposal, where schools would have to opt in, right? The schools that opt in or opt out on this new subdivision, where they would commit themselves to paying the student athletes $30,000 or more each year, at least half of their student athletes, to be qualified for themselves to be part of this new subdivision in college football, in college sports. That is going to be after, if it happens, it's going to be after these first two parts of the proposal are adopted. A new radical world is coming upon us. We've talked about this since episode 1 of College Football's Peek Around the Corner. That was our manifesto. It was all about this. Direct payments, higher compensation to the student athletes. Because of the court system, the courts are nailing the NCAA almost every single week, right? That's what it seems like anyways. The courts do not find the NCAA to be legitimate, to be a legitimate body. This model doesn't work for the courts. So change is on the way. Put down your comments and thoughts in the comments section below the video. Next week, we're going to find out even more. How much support is this gathering? June 25th, 26th, the final recommendations are going to be presented to the board, Division D1 Council. By August, the board will take action on those recommendations if there's enough support. And then January, they're going to be talking about the third part, where the new subdivision structure. It's radical. It's absolutely radical. It really is. There's so much to talk about. We're going to be doing a live show later, hopefully today, on this subject and other things that are going on in college football. But can you imagine, even just the NIL part of it, where the schools control NIL? These big, large collectives, they're probably still going to be doing some work, but the NIL, the schools, they're going to be able to enforce the rules better in conjunction with the rules, the guardrails that they're going to put forth. That is talked about later in this article. Please read the whole Ross Dellenger article at Yahoo Sports. Big change, radical change. The biggest change in the college football world ever. It's going to happen. At some point, it's going to happen, and it's going to happen a lot quicker than even I thought it was going to happen. Stick with us here at Peek Around the Corner as we follow this story and all the other big stories going on in college football. Until next time, from all of us at PATC to all of you, please, you all take great care of each other. Thank you so very much.